Hey, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, thank you so much for checking me out. Today, I wanted to share with you something a little bit different, but something I hear from guitarists all the time is, I'm in a rut, how do I get out of it? And the answer you commonly hear is, check out a new tuning. So the topic of today is new tunings and how to get yourself out of a rut. The tuning of topic today is open C. It's really like any open tuning. You hit all your strings and you make the sound of a chord. So for today's example, it is a C chord. This is a baritone guitar, a Squier Cabronita in a beautiful oxblood kind of purpley color. Exclusive, not to brag, but this thing is beautiful. But anyway, the tuning, if you want to play along here at home, is C, C, G, C, E, G, C, or in interval speak, 1, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1. So the great thing about an open tuning is, well, first off, you have 3 strings that are all the same note. So once you learn one string, you learn the other 2, and that's really sick. And then for our 5th string and our 2nd string, they are also tuned to the same note. So we just have one string, the string that's tuned to our 3rd, that's a string we have to consider when we're moving around here. What do we do in this new tuning? Something I always like to think about when it comes to guitar, this is standard tuning, any guitar in general, is where are my triads? Or even simpler, how do I make a major chord and how do I make a minor chord? So, like I said, when we strum all the strings, we get ourselves a C major chord. But like I said, the tuning, 1, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, right here, which standard tuning would be the D, G, and B string, we have a 1, a 3, and a 5. So if you know anything about theory, that's a major chord. So if I wanted to make another major chord, all I have to do is bar any fret, and that is my 3-note triad, just like any other chord here. So to make it a minor chord, you just have to make one note flat. So in this example I'm picking right here, which is C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F. So I'm going to the 1 chord. Let's say we just strum the whole guitar here. To a 4 chord. 1. So something I like about open tuning that makes it a little simpler even for beginners is you can get playing songs immediately. So you can just strum the open guitar strings, any rhythm you decide. And that's your home. When we come to our 5th fret, make a bar, we have our 4 chord. Go 2 frets up from that. We have a 5 chord. Back to our 1. So you're already off to the races making music. And you have a 1, a 4, and a 5, which are common songwriting type of guitar chords, songwriting chords. You can get going right away, especially with like a blues context. But it doesn't have to be blues. This is just the example I like to pick because they're all major chords for this example. So now that you have your major chord down, we have our 3 chords. How do we make a minor chord now, you ask? we have this big bar, which can be kind of difficult for some people, but I'm assuming you're a somewhat practiced guitarist, a somewhat experienced guitarist, and you found yourself in a rut now and need to switch things up. So we got our bar chords down. Okay, so we got this big bar across all 6 strings. How do we make a minor chord? So just like the tuning suggests, 1, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, that 3, we just have to make it flat. Did you catch that? Sounds a little sadder now. So 5th fret, 5th fret, 5th fret, 4th fret. Sounds really dark, really moody with this low tuning, which I find really fun. And if you want to hit the open strings, since everything here that we're playing today is in the key of the tuning, open C, is open C tuning, you're kind of adding like a fun 9 up on the top. But if that big bar chord is a little too complicated for you, well, we have a lot of repeated notes in our tuning, like I stated earlier, which makes things really nice. So we can just take our 3rd string, 4th string, and 5th string and make what would kind of be like an A7 shape, or like a D upside down, like a D7 shape. Then there's your minor chord, right? And then all these shapes are slidable and able to move around. Which I really like as well. So we have our open C chord, like an A chord shape, making our 4 chord, slide it up 2 frets to make our 5 chord, 4 chord, minor chord, which if you ever listen to the Beatles or Elliott Smith, a lot of good songwriters, that's a technique they use all the time. Ariel Posen, a lot of good songwriters use the minor 4. So knowing how to make your major chord and your minor chord are crucial if you want to use this device. So C, F, 5th fret, at our 7th fret, back to our F at the 5th fret, and then our F minor for our minor 4 chord. If all this theory mumbo jumbo overwhelms you, don't worry. I have a video right here about theory for beginners. You can check it out. Mainly just going over some essential basics, but don't worry. I will keep you in the loop here and keep it trucking along. So, all right. Now that we have kind of a 1-4-5 progression here, let's add something a little spicier, a little more flavorful, and that's going to be our 6 chord. Which in this tuning is going to look like our low bass note on the 9th fret, a repeated note on the 9th fret, we're going to skip the 5th string, 9th fret again, 8th fret, 9th fret. So there's our minor chord shape again, but we're going to add in the bass note to give it a little depth, a little thickness. So we have some chords here. We have our 1 chord, C, our 4 chord, F, here at the 5th fret, our 5th chord here at the 7 chord, and then we have our 6th chord, our minor chord, here at the 9th fret. And then of course, like any tuning or anything on guitar, it all starts again, repeats here at the 12th fret. So we have another C chord right here at the 12th fret. So let's put this all together, make ourselves a quick, get ourselves out of a rut inspiration song, or inspiration chord progression. All right? So let's do it. Try to clean that up. 1 chord, 4 chord, back to 1, 5 chord, minor 4 chord. Let's try to clean that up a little bit, shall we? Okay, so we have our 1 chord, our C chord, we have our 4 chord here at the 5th fret, back to our 1 chord, open strings, 7th fret for our 5 chord, 9th fret for the 6th chord, 7 for the 5, 5 for the 4 chord, and then of course our minor 4 chord again. So I find these to be a little clunky, these big chords. So what I like to do is just hit the important notes here. So we have open, we can get away with just hitting the open. That's an easy one. So 5th fret, skip a string, 5th fret, skip a string, 5th fret again, skip a string, 5th fret. So basically a power chord here. And if I want to add the 3rd, I just let my pinky come up. So one more time with that. Open. Okay, so now that we have some basic chord shapes, let's make some music, eh? All right, so here we go. Open C chord. Our 4 chord, classic songwriter move. Back to the 1. Six, 5, 5 chord, 4 chord, minor 4, bring that emotion, repeat, 1 chord, 4 chord, 1 chord, So that's some good fun there. You can start writing some songs, humming some melodies, get yourself out of the rut. That is the point of this whole experiment here. So to me, that's a lot of fun. These are just kind of simple strokes here. It can get more sophisticated, more beautiful, more melodic. But for this example, we're trying to keep it simple. So in classic format of Eli guitar here, we're going to make a little loop and have ourselves a little noodle, because what's more fun than noodles? All right, here we go. Got our loop. Kick on a little dirt. Switch to the bridge pickup. Make it poke out a little bit more. All right, let's try to have ourselves a little melodic fun here. Really, we can do that all day. If you want a more in-depth slide lesson from me, please write down in the comments below, or just like this video, and I'll know you like this kind of open tuning slide content. Like I said, this is a new tuning to me, and I'm still kind of getting my way around it, but I'm more than happy to share with you what I've come across so far as just a basic, normal guitarist like I think a lot of you out there. So I don't want to belabor this guitar video too long, but if you did find this video interesting, entertaining, or educational at any point, I do highly encourage you to subscribe, like, share, comment down below, please. If you've messed around with any other open tunings, or just the tunings in general, or even your favorite way to get out of a guitar rut, because we know we all do this as guitarists, find ourselves plateauing or maybe just bored with the instrument and need something a little different. And for me, this has been a great way to get out of those ruts. So thank you again for checking us out, and we'll see you next time. Thank you again.